Hello, welcome you all. Myself, Deepmala Meena, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government College, Kota. In today's lecture, we will discuss about varying mass system and its equation. Varying mass system means mass of the system may be increased, may be decreased. So, vary mass. Now, firstly, we will derive motion of a system with varying mass. Let the velocity of any system of mass m at any time t is v. We are having a system of mass m and velocity v in L reference frame. Let we consider a piece of mass del m is separated from the system. Here we are taking the mass of the system is decreases, means as some part of the mass is going to separate from the system during the time interval t and t plus del t, and this piece moves with a velocity u. After separation, the residual part of mass m minus del m moves with a velocity v plus del v. What we are considering here? We are considering a system of mass m with velocity v, and del m is a separated part from this system which is going to have velocity u, and the separated part which is m minus del m moves with the velocity v plus del v, because the system will be lighter because of this part, because of separating of this part, so the velocity increases v plus del v. So we consider del m and m minus del m are part of same system. Then we can write F equals to, here we are taking this force PF minus PI. PF final momentum and PI initial momentum upon del t. This is time interval. So what is the final momentum? In final case, we are having m minus del m is mass, v plus del v velocity. So we will always consider momentum is mv. So del m minus del m and v plus del v, plus separated part which is moving with velocity u, and the mass of the part is del m. So plus del m u. So this is the final momentum mv. This is also mv, means mass velocity, and this is the mass velocity minus mv. This is initial mass, initial momentum. M is initial mass and v is initial velocity upon t plus del t minus t. This is the time interval. Now on solving this, we are having this term mv plus m del v minus del mv minus del m del v plus del mu minus mv upon del t. On separating all the parts, we get this m del v upon del t minus v del m upon del t minus del v del m upon del t plus u del m upon del t. If we consider del t tends to 0, means this time interval is very small and mass of the system is continuously decreasing, then we can write del v upon del t equals to dv upon dt, and also del m upon del t tends to minus dm upon dt, because we are taking with increasing time this is going to decrease and del v tends to 0. So we can write this equation equals to m dv upon dt plus, because del m upon del t tends to minus dm upon dt, because mass is decreasing with time. So here this sign will be changed in the plus, plus v dm upon dt minus u dm upon dt, because del v tends to 0. So this term will be 0. On rearranging this equation, we get f external equals to d by dt mv. We have merged both these terms because these are the differential of this term mv minus u dm upon dt. So this equation represents Newton's second law for variable mass system. What is Newton's second law? We know that F equals to dp upon dt. So here this is the mass and this is the separated part. So this is system variable mass system equation. Now we have proved this equation. F equals to d upon dt mv minus u dm. From above equation, it is clear that if the separated part moves with some velocity, this is the separated parts moving with velocity u, then externally applied force will not be equal to d upon dt mv, because we are having this separated term in this. So from this equation we can rearrange this equation in the form m dv upon dt. We can write this form here m dv upon dt equals to f external plus u minus v dm upon dt. We have rearranged this equation. But the relative velocity of separated mass with respect to the system, we have written all these relative velocities in previous slides and also previous videos. So this is the relative velocity u minus v, which we can write ur, means relative velocity. So we can write this equation m dv upon dt equals to f plus, we will put here ur dm upon dt, where what is dm upon dt? dm upon dt represents the rate of change of momentum due to the separated piece of the system. Now, according to this varying mass system, we will discuss in this rocket, because rocket is all example of this varying mass system because it has separated a part. So firstly we will discuss what is rocket. A rocket is a missile, spacecraft or aircraft or other vehicle that obtains thrust from a rocket engine. Rocket engine exhaust is formed entirely from propellant carried within the rocket. Rocket engines work by action and reaction and push rockets forward simply by expelling their exhaust in the opposite direction at high speed, and can therefore work in the vacuum of space. In fact, rockets work more efficiently in space than in an atmosphere. As in the rocket, Newton's third law and also law of conservation, both are followed. The principle of rocket propulsion works on the Newton's third law. Now, what is Newton's third law? It states that to every action there is always an equal and opposite reaction. In the case of a rocket, the engine emits hot burning gases in the downward direction. These gases apply an equal and opposite reaction force to the rocket in the upward direction. This is how a rocket is propelled. And the principle of conservation of momentum states that whenever two bodies collide or get separated, then their total momentum before collision or separation is equal to their total momentum after collision or separation. Since the gases of the rocket and the rocket are stationary at the start, their total momentum is zero. After the gases start burning, the momentum imparted to the rocket is equal and opposite to that of the gases. Hence, their total momentum is zero. Now we will do some calculation for this. Let the velocity of rocket, including propellant, of mass m at any time t is v in L reference frame, means we are taking the velocity is v and mass is m. Let exhaust of mass del m comes out through the nozzle during the time interval t and t plus del t with the velocity u, which we have done in previous slides for varying mass equation. Consequently, this exerts a large reactive thrust on the rocket, which propel the rocket forward. The velocity of the exhaust with respect to the rocket is ur minus u minus v, which is the relative velocity which we have written in previous slide. Then from the equation of motion for a varying mass system. This is the equation: m dv upon dt equals to f plus ur dm upon dt, where F is external force acting on the rocket due to gravitational force and air resistance, and this term, second term, ur dm upon dt, is the reactive thrust on the rocket due to exhaust. If the change in the gravitational force with height and air resistance, here this is height, air resistance, are assumed to be negligible, then we can write F external force equals to mg. So we can write m dv upon dt equals to mg by putting the value of x plus ur dm upon dt. Since the rocket is upward and ur and g are downward in the direction, so we can write this equation m dv upon dt, and this minus mg minus ur dm, because both these terms are in downward, so we will put g minus g and u r minus ur. So from this dv equals to minus, we will rearrange this z minus dt by cancellation with m to m minus ur dm upon m. We have rearranged this equation. Now we will integrate this equation. Then we get the term, on integrating this equation we get v equals to, from this minus gt, from this minus ur log m plus c, where c is the constant of integration. Now for finding the value of this integration constant, we will put some conditions. Let at t equals to 0, means when t equals to 0, the initial velocity of rocket is v0. This is the initial velocity of the rocket v0, and its mass is m0. This is m0. Then we can write c equals to, by putting all these values in this, t equals to 0, m equals to m0, and initial velocity v equals to v0. Then we get the value of c equals to v0 plus ur log m0. By putting the value of c in this equation, solving it, we get v equals to v0 plus ur log m0 upon m minus gt. This is the equation, where t is the time taken by the fuel to be burnt completely. M is the mass of the rocket engine without fuel, and v is the final maximum velocity of the rocket when fuel is burnt completely. This is the equation. Now it is necessary that the speed of burning fuel must large enough so that the effect of gravity on the rocket becomes small and rocket attains a maximum height. If the effect of gravity is negligible and the initial velocity of the rocket is 0, then we can write this equation: effect of gravity is negligible and initial velocity will be 0, then what will be the term? V equals to ur log m0 upon m. Now in next lecture we will discuss about the multi-stage rockets and also the advantage of the multi-stage rockets over a single stage rocket. Now thank you.